Okay, we're looking at more graphs of derived functions. So question 3, I'm looking at this point here and I'm thinking stationary point. So I'll mark that in as a root of my derived function. So that's 0. This line before is a positive gradient, and this line after is also a positive gradient. So I need to stay above the x-axis when I'm drawing this. So going down to the point and then back up, staying above the x-axis. Okay, question 4. Again, these are our roots. So if we mark in our zeros here, that's where the gradient is 0. Before this, we have a negative gradient going down the way. We then have a positive gradient, this line's going up the way. Then we have a negative gradient, and then a positive gradient. Okay, so negative gradient means we start below the x-axis, so we're coming up here, and then we're positive until this point here, so we'll be positive, we'll go round. That's the only way to meet this, you wouldn't go across there, you just go round. There's a turning point. We're now into negative between these two values, so we need to dip below, and then back up, and then positive after the final stationary point, like this. So this is a quartic with 1, 2, 3 stationary points, and we've sketched a cubic with 2. Okay, next example. Mark in your zeros and put your stationary points on the x-axis. This is a negative gradient here. This is also a negative gradient. And at the end it starts to go back up, that's positive gradient. So when we're sketching this one, we have to start below, and then after the stationary point we're still negative, so we have to go back below. And we have to come round and meet the other stationary point. And after this one we're going positive, so we go above the x-axis. Again, I'm sure you can draw better graphs than this, but I am using the mouse. Okay, question 6. Again, mark in your zeros. Mark your stationary points on the x-axis. Okay, so we have positive gradient, positive gradient, positive gradient, all going up. So positive, positive, and positive. So we cannot dip below the x-axis here because everything's positive. So we'll come down. We need to stay above the x-axis, so we'll go up. We need to meet this again, and then we need to stay above the x-axis, so go up again. Okay, final 2 examples. Mark in your zeros. This line here is positive. From here to here is negative. From here to here is positive. And here to here is positive. So mark your stationary points on the x-axis again. And let's draw it. So we're above the line here, then we're below the line after that. So we're above the line, we're below the line. We'll have to meet the other stationary point. So we're here, this is now above the line, and then above the line. So we're going to go above the line here, and then we're going to stay above the line. Right, last example, mark your zeros in. This is a positive gradient here, going up to the first station point, and negative, negative, positive. So that's negative, negative, and positive. So mark your station points in as 0. And the last one. And then we'll sketch our derived function. So we're starting off positive, so stay above the line. Between here and here we're negative, and then negative again. So I need to stay below the line, and then stay below the x-axis. And the last bit, positive, so above the x-axis.